Good evening, students. I am Surekha Kharkhodia and I am going to teach you SST of class 4. As you know, we have 2 semesters. Our first semester is having 7 chapters. 2 chapters are coming in your periodics and 5 chapters in your half yearly. So, without wasting any time, we are going to start with the first chapter. The name of the first chapter is The World We Live In. Children, if we imagine about the world, what all we are going to think about? We are going to think about the universe, sun, stars, and all things present in the universe. So let us talk about the universe. Universe consists of sun, constellations, galaxies. You know what is constellation? Constellation is a pattern of stars like this. If you find suppose these are the stars here, and the pattern like this, you make designs in the sky like this. These are known as constellations. Some good examples of constellation are Leo, Scorpio, etc. Now we come to the galaxy. What do you mean by galaxy? Galaxy is a Milky Way. It is also known as Milky Way. Lots of stars are together, they form galaxy. Sun is also a part of galaxy. You all know sun is a hot ball of gas. It gives us heat and light. You know that sun is sun, like suppose this is sun. All the planets, 8 planets are revolving around it. Planets are revolving around it. Children, it was believed that the universe was dense and dark, and it was believed that it was expanding very fast. As a result, stars and galaxies merged out of it, and the matters were produced out of it, and these matters were very hot and were revolving around the sun. The sun is having a gravitational pull. You know what is a gravitational pull? Gravitational pull is something like if you must be playing with magnet. Magnet, what you see in magnet attract anything towards it. Same way, the sun is also having a gravitational pull, and these all planets are revolving around it due to gravitational pull. So after when they cooled down, these matter changed into planets. These 8 planets are revolving around the sun. Now, the Earth is also one of these 8 planets. Yes, now our next topic is the Earth. Children, you very well know what is Earth. The Earth on which we live. You know it is round in shape, and it was also very hot, and slowly millions of years it took to cool down. This is the only planet, the Earth is the only planet on which living thing exists. It has air and water, and you have studied in science also that for any living thing, air and water is required, is important. So Earth was also a hot planet, and millions of years it took to cool down. When it was cooling down, the steam was evaporating. In science, you must have learned the term evaporation. When anything you heat, the water which goes in a form of droplets, that forms the evaporation. Same way, when the earth was cooling down, the steam was evaporating and formed the clouds. And what it results? When the clouds are formed, it will rain. Suppose this is our earth. So when it was cooling down, the clouds were formed, and you know our earth is not flat. Somewhere it is high, somewhere it is low. When it started raining, then the lower part were filled with water and formed oceans, and the higher land where the water did not reach, they were plain and formed continents. This way on earth land and water is there, and 3/4 of the part is covered with water. Is our earth. Children, you know our earth is 4.54 billion years old. According to the geologist, you know who are geologists? The person or a scientist who studies about the rock and the earth crust, they are known as geologists. They said that the earth is 4.54 billion years old. Now, it is not possible for us to see the whole earth at a glance. Can you see, if you are standing on your terrace, can you see the whole world? No, it is not possible. Even in our neighbor's house, we cannot see the whole part. So, for this, a globe and a map is there to study the earth. Children, to study the earth, we take a help of a globe or a map. You know, a globe is a model of the earth, and a map is a flat representation of the earth on a piece of paper. You must have, in the previous class, you must have done map practice, that map. A good example of map is an atlas. In atlas, all the collection of maps are there. From there also we can study. A map is give detailed study about the earth, whereas a globe has a limited space in which all the things, all the places or locations are not possible to write. So atlas is a good example and a source of knowledge. Children, to study the earth, some imaginary lines are drawn on a globe or on a earth. Like suppose this is earth, then it is divided, this imaginary line is dividing the earth into two hemispheres. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere, and the line which is dividing this earth is equator. It has a value 0 degree, and this is North Pole and this is South Pole. Like this, the parallel lines are running along with the equator in northern hemisphere and in southern hemisphere. Like this. These lines are known as latitudes. Latitudes are the parallel lines which are running through equator, but they are not meeting. You must have learnt in maths also that parallel lines never touch each other. A good example is railway tracks. You must all have seen the railway tracks, they never meet. At a certain point they meet, but while the tracks are there, they are parallel to each other. Same way, these lines are also running parallel to the equator and they are not meeting each other. So they are known as latitudes or parallel lines. Then Here these latitudes ends at 90 degrees. 90 degrees in north and 90 degrees in south. They are mere dots. If we are asked to find out any place with the help of these latitudes, then it is not possible. We need another line segment to get the exact location. That line segments are known as longitudes. These are longitudes. North Pole and South Pole. Here, till 90 degrees latitudes were extending, and here it will expand like this. So the last is 180 degrees west and 180 degrees east. These are all the longitudes, and the line passing through the Greenwich, London is given the value of 0 degree, that is prime meridian. This is prime meridian. To locate any place on a globe or to find out any place on a globe, we require latitude as well as longitude. Then only it will be able to find out any place. Now you can see the difference between a latitude and a longitude. Here latitudes are parallel and longitudes are meeting at North Pole and South Pole. Longitudes are also known as meridians. Meridians means midday sun. At all the places of meridian, the places on the meridian has the same midday. Here we can see that North Pole and at South Pole the lines are meeting. They are equal in, they are not parallel, but they are equal in length. Now we can see this as in globe. We can see it like this. This where these boxes are formed and the latitudes and longitudes are crossing each other, then they are known as grid. And latitudes are crossing each other, they are known as coordinates. Now the difference between latitudes and longitudes. You can see, children, that latitudes are parallel whereas longitudes are joining at North Pole and South Pole, but they are not parallel. Here the ending at North Pole and South Pole, they are mere dots 90 degree, whereas it is extending up to 180 degrees west and 180 degrees. The chapter is not yet complete. We are going to continue in the next video.